Good morning, my MGTOW brothers. Hope everybody's doing fine. You guys ready to go for a drive? I am. Let's go. Woof, woof.
Chihuahua.
Chihuahua.
Good morning.
Top of the morning to you, Mr. Hemi. And how are you today?
Friday, I'm great.
Yeah, like it makes any difference
I
what
like
day of the week it is for you.
Well, there's no school tomorrow.
Well, that's true.
Actually, it's exam week. Monday is my one. Well, one of them's done today, and the other one has to go back on Monday, and then they're
Yeah,
done for the summer.
nice.
Summertime.
You guys going to the lake?
Yeah, we'll go. Spend some time up there. Hopefully, I can drop them off for a bit. I got shit to do.
Yeah.
Summertime. Busy boy.
Well, you got to put your boy to work.
Yeah, sadly, I don't have anything that he could do.
Everybody starts out fucking schlepping stuff and cleaning things. There is no way you can convince me that a fucking 17-year-old, however old he is now, can't
17.
fucking carry shit and fucking sweep up.
Yeah, nah, he's too weak.
He has no interest in working, I take it.
Nah, he's fucking. Everything's on a computer, man.
Where does he get his money from?
Believe it or not, um, he's done some stuff online that have paid him royalty checks. He's
I can't knock that.
I can't knock that either. I'm like, I always gave him shit. I'm like, you fucking sit on the computer all day. It makes you no money. He's made over 1,700 US in the past year or so, maybe a year and a half since he created this thing. And it's all just passive fucking income. He doesn't do it. He did the job once and it can technically pay him for a lifetime.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dude, I can't say anything. You could make more, but
Yeah.
I'm like, that's all foreign to me. For me to make money, you've got to go out and trade either your time, your sweat, or your whatever, right? For him, no. So have to say, I was quite proud of him when he was getting residual checks. It's like, wow. I'll just shut up then.
Yeah. How do you he's making money.
Yeah, well, as a student too, he's got no rent obligation or anything. So
Yeah.
my expectations of how much he should earn are quite low.
Right.
You know. But yeah, I was shocked. He's like, yeah, I get these royalty checks. I was like, holy fuck, brilliant. And he takes after his mom like that.
Pardon me.
Hakua!
Hakua! Spit on that thing!
There you go. Where are you today?
I'm leaving Cushing. I'm in the Drumright area now. Heading back to freaking wherever the hell Walmart distribution center is.
Bentonville?
Bentonville, yeah.
Back to Bentonville.
So we'll have a short stream, 3 hours or so till I get to Bentonville. I'll shut her down while I get my new job, start another stream when they send me somewhere. And I'd like everyone who wouldn't subscribe to Jerry the Warhorse. You still there, Hemi?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay. Did you subscribe to Jerry?
Jerry the Whore Horse? Yes, I subscribed to Jerry. I
Yes.
subscribed to him. I subscribed to him back when the meetup, when he showed his channel. He showed his channel back then. So he's creating content now, is he?
Yeah. He's made 2 videos now.
Oh, fantastic. I don't think I have notifications on, though. I am subscribed, but I have to hit that bell.
Yeah. And I put out the Jerry the Whore Horse picture and Char.
I saw that. Jerry the Whore Horse.
And Char the bastard put out the actual real Jerry the Warhorse picture.
Oh. Yeah, well.
Fucking Germans have no sense of humor.
Yeah, they don't grasp satire very well.
Yeah.
They're also serious and angry.
And gay!
Gay! All right, I gotta lay a couple of beads down here. Hopefully it's not too noisy. I'm welding up some custom air conditioner brackets.
Custom air conditioner brackets. For window units?
No. For a big condenser that sits outside. But I'm going to mount it on the side of the house versus patio slab because the ground isn't very flat. And it's easier for me to weld up some brackets than do a bunch of landscaping.
Ah, okay. A welding shop right there. It's called Overbuilt.
That's a clever name.
And I'm overcome with
Hamster.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Hello, boys.
Hello, Mr. Hamster, sir.
Yes. How are things?
Oh, things are great.
I'm just wondering here. I'm trying to get a flight back in Florida. Florida. My favorite place.
Florida. Florida.
So I'm just trying to see because when I was down there last week,
Yeah.
They gave me this really, I would say a little shifty rental car place, just a little.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if I shouldn't go with a better one. I'm seeing it. I'm trying. It used to be, Brandon and Mr. Hemi, before we, it used to be in Florida, you could get a whole week for like $129. Those days are gone, boys. Those days are gone.
There aren't any bundles. They used to love to bundle flights and cars.
Well, they do, like Travelocity, they have a bundle,
Yeah.
but it's like $780 for the flight and the car. Well, the flight's like $500 because, you know, it's short notice, right?
With Florida, are you renting a Corvette?
No, probably not. Let's see, just for shits and
spend the
giggles.
money.
Well, I'm a cheap some bitch. What can I tell you?
No, prices have changed.
Let's see. Yeah. Come on. There we go. Let's see. Tomorrow is June 21st. First day of summer, eh?
Hey,
Hey. Let's see what they have here. Holy Jesus. $75 a day? My God. Are you kidding?
no, they're not. And that's
Holy
before all the
shit.
markups.
That's before all the taxes and shit, yeah. And the Sun Pass, you know, for the tolls and all that. It's like, God almighty. Jesus. I don't think I'm going to go there. Wow. Orlando. Jeez. My goodness. Let's see here.
Well, you made the big bucks, hamster.
Well, that doesn't mean I want to waste it on, you know. Let's see what does Enterprise Rent a Car have for us. Let's see what they have. But anyway, flight and cars, like, you know, cars like $200 on Travelocity. So, like, what is that? $40 a day, probably.
No,
Fuck.
how many days?
5 days.
5 days.
Well, let's see. Let's see.
200
Saturday,
divided.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So 6 days. So like $35 a day or something. I guess that's not terrible. Let's see here. So where are you driving at today, Brandon?
I'm going back to Bentonville.
Bentonville, Arkansas. Oh my God.
Yep, I just left Cushing, where there was more Cushing for the pushing.
All right. Let's see. Toll policy. Whatever we stop paying cash. Addition to 8 players. Show more. Florida, Colorado, Texas. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So it says costs you $5 a day to use the tolls, and they don't charge you when you're not on a toll road. So that's a much better deal than last time. They charged you $15 a day, no matter what. Like, okay. Okay. All right.
That was the happy corner, by the way.
The happy corner, you say?
Mm-hmm. I did. That's what I said.
What does that mean, man?
It was a old style fucking gas station cafe
Gotcha.
out in the middle of fucking nowhere, Oklahoma, called the Happy Corner.
Nowhere, Oklahoma. Yes. So let's see here. The question is, do you want to Do you want to get the car at the airport or not? That's the question.
After you figure the answer to that question out, Hamster, could I get you to grab your Bible and read something to us?
Sure. I certainly can. Let's see here. Okay. I've got a Bible. I do. I've got a Bible.
In your pocket.
Nope. It's a big old one I got from the Mormons. Big old full-size Bible. All right.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Deuteronomy 5:33.
Deuteronomy. It's Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy, right? What was the number again, Brandon?
5:33.
533. 533. Deuteronomy, chapter 5, verse 33. Ye shall walk in all the ways which the Lord your God hath commanded you, that ye may live, and that it may be well with you, and that ye may prolong your days in the land which ye shall possess. There you go.
All right. Now, I'm interpreting that to mean that the world is God's. And we are just tenants upon the world. Right?
Oh, that's an interesting take. Yeah.
Rent's due.
Say that again, Hemi?
The rent's due.
Yeah. Anyways, he collects differently than you as a landlord would. Where I'm going with this is I think you could use that as justification for an order of monks to dedicate themselves and, declare their domiciles religious property. Right? And by doing so, they would free themselves from having to pay fucking rent because, well, religious organizations don't pay rent. Does that make any sense?
No.
No.
I need to pay closer attention, Brandon.
I'm thinking about starting a religion, Hamster.
Are ya? What's it all about, Brandon?
Well, it's, about being good stewards of the land and walking in God's footsteps. And, it's a Christian sect.
Sure.
And it doesn't pay taxes.
Okay. So, praise the Lord. Pass the Bible. All right. It says here, we've got thrifty car rental. If I rent from them directly, it's $40 a day. So I guess you save a little bit with Travelocity. It's not much. It says you can skip the car rental counter, whatever the hell that means.
That means you don't got to walk up and talk to anybody.
Oh, that's good, because I'm kind of an asshole in that way. You know me. You know. All right.
And not a
We
clean
got
asshole either.
no. Oh no. Let's see. Sport. Da, 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 da. Excuse me. Play pass, all-inclusive tolling. Well, let's look at that. Go ahead.
My show now, bitches.
There you go.
Yeah. Quick, let's play some copyrighted music.
Yeah, let's do that. Get Father Saunders on here. He could show us his ass. That's all we'd need, right? Little pink socks for you and me. Oh yeah.
Little pink socks. So when are you going back to Florida?
Tomorrow.
Oh wow.
Yeah. We got to go deal with the house crap and then all the other stuff, because they got him. Well, he's done with his the cremation's over. So we got to go down there and do that. And then you don't get a death certificate until he's actually been cremated. And then you're done with that. Then you have to go to the county and the state and start filing death certificates for all the other shit, right?
Right.
So, and the sister is going down Tuesday. But I mean, I might be able to get a different flight, but I mean, Jesus, it costs, for whatever reason, on Sunday, it costs an immense amount of money, and I have no idea why. Let's see if we can find out here. Let's just have a look, eh? Let's see if we depart on the 22nd. Holy Jesus, what? Now it's saying $951 to fly out. God Almighty, what are we talking about here? Holy shit! Let's go with Sunday. Let's see what happens there. Done. Oh, I guess it's not that bad.
I think you need to drive the old Accord out there.
Well, it'd be cheaper, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, here's one for $439. I guess that's not so bad. So which one is it? 1 hour and 4 minutes in Charlotte. All right, let's choose that one. Geez, Southwest is $200 more than everybody else. Damn.
I thought they were a budget airline.
Southwest? Oh no. No. No,
Oh,
sir. No. No, the budget airlines are like Frontier and Spirit, and Allegiant. But what they do to you, what they do to you, they give you a low price on Frontier, but then you have to pay for your seat, which is like $40. And then if you have a bag other than like a carry-on, like a purse or a backpack, that's another $40 for each bag. And it's both ways, right? So you're paying $80 for your seat and $80 for your freaking bag if you take one, plus the fee. So $160 plus the fee for the plane ticket. So it's fucking crazy. At the end of the day, you get right up near Southwest anyway, right? So it just depends. It's really more what's a better better time to arrive, right? When do you want to get there? Because it really is all about the same. There's not that much difference. Let's see what the... Okay, $6.98. That's $100 less than going on Saturday. Jesus. Wow. Okay. That's crazy. Let's see, but which car did I get? Did I get the thrifty? I don't know. What the hell was it? Special car. Thrifty, yeah. Fuel to full. Yeah. Sunday at 3:15, Thursday at 9:45. Wow, that's $100 less. But I suppose it makes some sense because you're having one less day of car, right? So, what in the hell are they talking about? How does my country code on the phone come up as Afghanistan? What the fuck? All right, so if I go Sunday, that's a little better, I think. Let's see here. Sunday, I'd leave at 9:04 in the morning. That's good. That's a good time. Thursday at 3:44. Not such a good time, but or maybe I should just do Friday. Leave early. I don't know. But shit. All right. Let's close all this crap. So what are you wrenching on over there, Mr. Hemi?
I'm building some custom brackets to hold the AC condenser.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, little.
You're doing some real work then. That's good. That's good.
I do real work all the time. What are you talking about?
Wow, you know what I mean. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding with you. So let's see if we go Sunday. Yeah, 9:04. Great. And when can we return on Friday?
I know there's many in the community that say we don't get nothing done around here. You know, we sit around and stare at our navels all day, but that's not true.
Well, we do spend a lot of time here on Brandon's stream. That's true. All right.
Well, it's not idle time. My hands are busy the whole time. So
sure.
You know.
So let's see. Do I want to get back here at 7:15 or 3:42? Probably 7:15. Let's see what that looks like. Add a car. Go to the same car.
I'm all out of welding wire.
You're gonna have to go down to the hardware store, Canada Tire.
I have to go down to the hardware store. Yeah. Get some wire. Get
some wire. Special. Oh shit. Where are we at here? Oh, now the car is more expensive. Yeah, you fuckers. All right, what's the cheapest fucking car we can get here? Euro car. Well, let's see what that looks like. Europe car. Okay, well, that's even a little cheaper. 657. Okay. So if I leave on Sunday, come back Friday. That would give us 1, 2, 3 days to do all kinds of shit. That should be enough time, right? Hey? Mr. Hemi is muted. Well, some bitch. Dusty Rugburns here. We're here to take care of this planet as stewards for the Lord. Agree. Yeah. We have a responsibility to not shit our nest up. The F-Tows are all liars. Gentlemen. Sharzanopoulos is here. Hello. Shar. He's from Germany. Results oriented says, help me hamster. What help do you need? I don't know how to help you. I don't know what you need, man. All right, so if I leave Sunday, so what am I going to do tomorrow? I suppose I could clean up my own mess before I worry about his mess. Huh? That might work. All right. So what am I supposed to do with this? Da, 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 da. Hey, Hemi, are you on LinkedIn by chance? I think it's kind of a joke, actually. LinkedIn. Da, 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 da. So what am I gonna do here? Well, I know what I'm going to do. I got to jump off because I got to make some phone calls. So you guys have a wonderful day. God bless. Talk at you later.
Ah, the hamster left. Oh well. There are worse things in life. Hello, Grinch. Hello.
Hey,
Hey.
okay, that's weird. Because it said I just booked the flight and they said they declined the card, but it's going.
What?
It went. Yeah, I don't know why. Travelocity didn't. The card people did, but it looks like I have the itinerary, so whatever.
Yeah, you probably have to call them up and say, "Hey, motherfuckers, this is actually me."
Well, I mean, they sent me an email and says, "Hey, is this you?" So maybe that was enough. It's like, yeah, it's me. I did the thing, and maybe that's enough. And they put it through.
Yeah,
So they're just trying to protect you, you know.
they are. They're your friends.
So yeah, turns out my car insurance covers the rental, so I don't have to pay extra for that. That's nice.
Woohoo!
Oh yeah. And I'm taking American Airlines. Some bitch.
Mark.
Oh my god. I haven't been on American for a long time.
I bet you they still suck.
Well, I'm not going to go with Southwest. That's just, it's too fucking expensive. Jesus.
And it used
Yeah.
to be Southwest.
Sorry?
They Southwest used to be the fucking cheapest.
Oof. Not from St. Louis. They might be from a hub, Phoenix or wherever they have their hubs. It's probably cheaper, but St. Louis is not a hub.
Dallas.
Yeah.
No.
Although Southwest basically has one terminal here at the airport. So I guess they're kind of a hub,
Halfway
but
hub.
their hub in Chicago is Midway instead of O'Hare.
Right. And their hub in Dallas is Love Field.
Yes, and they're the Love You airline. Love you a long time. Yeah.
Love you a long time. Love your pocket.
Yeah, so and I got the car is Europe car. I've never heard of them, but I saw them at the airport. They got shuttles, so it'll work, I guess. No problem.
Yeah.
Whatever, as long as I get there, I don't care. So yeah, you got like an hour layover in Charlotte. Charlotte's actually not a bad airport. It's all right. Charlotte.
Yeah, it's all right.
If I could avoid barbecue sucks, you don't like their barbecue
sauce sucks. No, I'm saying that for RO. I actually
I
like
that. Boy, barbecue in North Carolina really sucks, RO, I tell you. Oh my God. Grinch says he's going to the hospital for his endoscopy. Is that the up the butthole looking at the thing? Or is that at the other end? I don't know.
I believe that's the other end.
Okay. RO says swallow Grinch. Ooh. Well, at least you don't have to take the flush stuff if they're going down the front. The top end, you don't have to flush everything. Or maybe you do. I don't know. Do they give you anesthesia so you're out? Maybe you have to get cleaned out for that too. I honestly don't know.
Fuck, I don't know.
I have no idea. So yeah,
it seems like June is the month of the borescope.
I guess so. Yeah.
Because I'm getting a colonoscopy, Grinch is getting an endoscopy, and Ape is he's getting a scope shoved up his pecker.
Oh my God!
For his kidney stone.
Oh Jesus! Up his.
I don't know. I don't know what do you call the fucking pecker scope?
Pecker scope? A penis scope? Penisoscopy? Why do they have to shove a freaking? Oh my God, that's gotta suck. Oh no, they gotta put you out for that, right? You can't.
You would hope so.
Oh Jesus.
Why
would they have to?
We'll give you a local. No!
Make me pass it. I don't want to see any of this, please. Oh God. Yeah, they'd have to get the extra small one for me, but hey, it's a hamster. What are you gonna do? Thank you. I am booked and confirmed. Goody. You all ticketing details. All right. They want me to pay extra for a seat. I'm not gonna do that. Fuck them. Just give me a seat. Sign it when I get there. I don't care.
Put him in the middle.
Well, I was in the middle both ways. No, I was by the window one way, the middle the other way, and then get this now. This is pretty cool. We stopped in Nolans down there at the barber shop, and we got to stay on the plane because we were continuing to St. Louis, and then they had to load some more people on. But once everybody got off, it's like, hey, take whatever seat you want. It's like, yep, I'll take A1. Thank you. That was comfortable. The Southwest, they let you go on any seat.
Yeah.
It's amazing. That's why you spend $200 extra, man. So, yeah. So if I leave Sunday morning, that's a good time.
And Hemi, I will let you in as soon as I'm out of this construction zone.
Mr. Hemi had to go to the Ace Hardware, get some wire. So how far west of Bentonville are you, Brandon?
I am in Tulsa right now.
Oh, that's not too bad then.
No. Hour and a half, hour 45 minutes, depending on traffic.
And then you're going to drop your load and then
I'm empty
get another
right
one.
now.
Oh, okay.
Drop the empty.
And pick up a load of shit. Go to Walmart.
Yeah.
Fun. Got a super heat wave now. That's fun.
Having a heat wave. A super heat wave. Sweaty little rodents.
Let's see. What's the weather in fucking Florida? Oh, God.
Hot.
Oh, I know that.
Humid.
Let's see. Not Daytona Beach. Not Ocala. Ocala's. Oh, God. Ocala's terrible. Zoom out. There we go. All right. Let's see here. Nah, normal shit. 92. Hot and sweaty.
Hemi force feed.
So the scope for Ape is called a microscope.
Oh! Oh!
I was waiting on hold for so long to deliver that one.
And you delivered it well, sir. Very good.
Stand and deliver.
RO says, lies, Eastern North Carolina barbecue is great. Yes, sir. Especially when they make that, what is that?
That mustard
Scrapple.
barbecue sauce that they're so famous for.
Well, they got that.
Douche-based barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
They eat a lot of that scrapple there in North Carolina too. You know, I mean, scrapple is everything but the oink, and they grind it up and they serve it to you, and you're gonna like it, Mister.
I've never had scrapple.
No, I don't think not really sure I'd want it. It's not good for your gout. You know, it's organ meat and whatever's left over, the tail, you know, the guts, tail and the guts, and I don't know if they put the brain in there, but they do all kinds of craziness.
Waste not, want not.
And they eat them raccoons and possums over there, and squirrels, rabbits, tasty.
Squirrel!
Squirrel.
Get some. I mean, squirrel's just like about a hamster, except the hamster's more like a bite. The squirrel might be 2 bites.
I've eaten squirrel before. It's not bad.
Oh, I'm sure it isn't.
Tastes like rabbit. Except there ain't as much fucking meat.
I had snake before once.
I bet you've eaten snake a lot of times.
Trouser snake.
Oh, here we go. All right.
But you were in radio for a while, so.
That's true. I think I had rattlesnake or something. Probably it was on the radio. They brought these exotic meats in. As I recall, it wasn't bad. Tastes like chicken. Now, when I was a kid, Brandon, or you want to hear a kid story?
Yeah. Well, what did the pterodactyl taste like?
Well, it was pretty good. A little tough. Back in the day, when I lived down in Florida as a little hamster, we used to go to this buffet. Oh my God, all you could eat. And they had frog's legs. It tastes just like chicken.
I've eaten frog's legs, and they don't taste like chicken.
Well, the ones I had tasted like chicken.
Maybe if you deep fried them, they probably would. But
well, these are like just broiled or something. They had the skin on them yet, even.
Wow.
Yeah.
I kind of thought they tasted a lot like clams to me.
Really?
Yeah.
I just recall they tasted pretty much the same as chicken, but maybe I just didn't have the earthy, organic frog leg. Maybe that's it.
Maybe
you had you picked something up down in the swamps of Kansas. Oh my God.
There ain't no swamps in Kansas.
I know. All right, so let's see here.
We do have we have ponds.
Ponds, yeah.
And the trick where you fucking shine a spotlight on a fucking red rag you're holding in your hand, and they will jump into your fucking hand.
Is that right?
It doesn't work.
To get frogs to jump in your hand?
Yeah, there's this fucking old, there's this fucking wives' tale out there, or urban legend or something like that fucking spotlighting frogs, right?
I think I've seen.
Yeah, it's supposed to be fucking illegal and everything like that. It's bullshit. I tried
it. Well, thank you for sharing that. No, we don't have to try it. It's great.
Yeah, because nothing is more fun than fucking wading around a pond at night with fucking mosquitoes.
And shit. Mm-hmm. So it looks like I'm going to have to go to Tampa to get this house thing done.
You're going to have to get a tampon. What the fuck?
Go to Tampa. I don't like Tampa. It's too big. Fire, blah, blah, blah. I'm looking through this house thing. I'm thinking I should maybe ask a lawyer about this.
Probably a good idea. You know your sister's going to fuck you somehow.
No, she's in complete agreement. She's happy. I'm like, oh my God, okay, good. So no, she's all on board.
Oh.
So I don't know if I mentioned it yesterday, but he figured the $100,000 to renovate it, which probably about right, you know?
Yeah, everything that you're telling me about, yeah.
No, this is like a top to bottom. It's all new cabinets, appliances, the whole fucking works, right?
Yeah,
Everything.
new bathroom, fucking
All that, yeah.
fix up all the drywall, get rid of the fucking jungle.
Well, the drywall's fine. It just needs paint. So there's no damage
The
on the
roof in the
well,
garage.
in the garage,
holes
yeah.
in it.
Garage is fucked up. Yeah, but again, that's not that bad.
No.
Apparently, she looked at it and they didn't. They had the drywall hanging, but they had a gap. You know, usually you're on 16-inch center. They had a gap, so they were only hooked at the edges instead of in the middle for some reason. So it was like instead of having, how many would that be? It's 48 inches, right? So instead of having 4 attachment points, they had 2 on the edges. So like that makes sense that it would eventually wear out, right? Gravity, yeah. But that's Florida, man. Build them cheap and fast.
That's everywhere.
Yeah. Well, I was just talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and they apparently did something weird with the air conditioning. One side of the house never got cool, and they didn't know why, so they had somebody come out. And apparently they had the return ducts or whatever blocked over that side of the house. It's like, why would you do that? That's stupid.
Yeah.
So they got that unplugged, and then the guy went in the ceiling or the attic, and he found that they didn't properly have it ventilated. And this is in Texas. So, there's fucking humidity and all kinds of crazy shit, and they're starting to get mold up there. It's like a brand new fucking house. So, like a 7-year-old house, which is essentially brand new. Pretty crazy.
Easy fix, though.
Well, they're going to put in a ventilation system, number one. The only ventilation they have is like a 12-inch by 12-inch hole.
That ain't going to cut it.
No.
You need the fucking louvers under the eaves.
Yeah. I don't think they have that, so they're going to do something to fix that.
Well, I don't know about Texas's building code, but in Kansas, you've got to have a fucking louver under your eaves every fucking 6 feet.
Right. Well,
right?
It depends on the building codes, yeah.
Then a crown vent, fucking
on the roof, yeah.
That fucking it's got to match the number of square inches of fucking louver that you've got exposed.
Oh, okay.
Like, say if each louver has fucking 10 square inches, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you've got a fucking 48-foot house, so you're going to have, what? 7 fucking louvers?
Well, call it 100 square inches. Whatever. Yeah, some number, right.
So
yeah.
Double that because you got 2 fucking sides of the house.
Right.
It would be eight louvers for a 48 foot.
Okay, 8 louvers. So you're going to have a fucking 160 fucking inches of top vent.
Yeah. Yep. That way all the air has the chance to freely move, get all the crap out of the attic. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Florida is especially bad. Yeah, God. Yeah, there was obviously, excuse me, a huge amount of development, clearly, and they build these fucking houses as cheap as they can. I mean, it's ridiculous. Because I mean, the woman's asking me, about the the air conditioning is size too small for the house, clearly. Excuse me, and it's like, well, that's what they do, right? Whatever the minimum they have to do according to the county, that's what they do. They don't do anything extra.
I'd rather have an air conditioner undersized than oversized.
Yeah? Why is that?
Well, an oversized one won't run long enough to pull all the humidity out of the air.
Oh, I
It'll
see.
shut
Yeah.
off, right? Whereas one that's undersized may run constantly, but it runs longer and therefore will extract maximum amount of humidity.
Yeah. Well, this fucking thing, what I noticed is I had it set at 75. And at night it was fine, 75. During the day it could not keep 75.
Okay.
It could only keep 80. So it was pretty much running all the time. So it didn't even cool down to what the thermometer said. So I think that's a little bit too undersized. But
maybe low on charge.
well, it could be, yeah. But I mean, again, with this deal we're talking about, it's not our problem after we sign off on it. So
Right.
and they're taking the risk, right? Obviously, right?
Have you sold that as is or?
Yep, as is.
Yep.
But it's about 140,000, 150,000 under what it would sell for if it were in move-in condition. But
that's fair. Should go quickly.
They got to make money, you know.
And you don't got to dick with it.
Yeah, you don't want to hold on to it forever, trying to get
No.
your magic number out of the thing.
No. That's what me and the sister were saying. It's like, well, you know, we could do the Bob Vila shit. Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, fuck, we're not there. You know? I mean, if I had Mr. Hemi 4-speed in the neighborhood, I could say, hey, Hemi, you think you can do something? You go, oh, yeah, I can do that. But fuck, I don't know anybody. In Florida, everybody's a fucking grifter in Florida. I think I mentioned that yesterday. All of them.
I don't know about you guys, but it's a real buyer's market up here right now. I don't know about down south, but
it is in Florida too. Yeah.
That big window of high prices is kind of gone.
Yep. It's starting to fall away a little bit. Like I said, I think I mentioned all this shit to you yesterday. Sorry if I'm repeating myself, but 400 houses on the market in that town today.
Right.
That's fucking crazy.
That's a lot of inventory.
Yeah.
I've been watching the land inventories around too, and there's places that it's really fucking dropping. And there's a lot of what I would consider failed homesteads out there. Or as I like to think of them, the properties of broken dreams.
Right. Well, I mean, because you got a chunk of land in Kansas. But if some people want to have all the stuff, right? Electricity, you don't need so much a phone, you just do a cell phone, but electric, water, that's fucking expensive if it's not wired, right? That's expensive because they gotta run the wire up to your house and they're gonna charge you for it.
Yeah, unless you have your own way to generate electricity on your land.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
You can do that with a fucking propane generator. You can do it with solar and a huge ass fucking battery bank.
Yep.
Because, you got to think, if you're going to have a modern house, it's 5 kilowatt hours per you got to have a fucking 5 kilowatt system.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
To run a modern house. And,
do that with a hamster on a wheel could do that.
Well, it depends on the hamster.
Right. It does depend on the hamster. Well, I mean, 5 kilowatts isn't really all that much, really. I would say it's more than that for a house, isn't it? You think?
Small little house? Nah.
Depends on the house.
Tiny house, yeah.
Depends on the house. I'm thinking about fucking having a refrigerator and a deep freezer with air conditioning and lights and fucking powering a computer.
Right.
That's about 5 kilowatts.
Well, I mean, a fridge, it's 120 volts, and it's usually the fuses are what, 20?
15.
15 on that. So 120 times 15, whatever that is, that's your maximum, right? If it ran all the time. So, and it's
freezer's about the same.
kilowatt hours, so it's energy over time. You know that already. So
Yes. But you've got to have a fucking shitload of batteries, right?
yes, at night or whatever. Right.
Yeah, in case you got to be able to go for days in case you have fucking storms and shit like that.
Right.
And you got to have some fucking redundancy built into the damn thing too. In case you have a battery fail here, battery fail there.
Sure.
So that's a fucking buttload of money. You know, bigger than my
Mm-hmm.
fucking shit.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So your cost
Well, I mean,
up
look.
front, whether you're hauling the wire in and getting it off of fucking Civic Power or fucking building a fucking reliable solar powered fucking array or wind turbine or whatever, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Well, here's.
If you're not fucking generating it, you've got to fucking, you know, the outlay, the initial outlay is big.
Oh yeah. Well, okay. For example, say worst case, your fridge and your freezer. That's going to be 3.6 kilowatts right there. Worst case.
Yeah.
So there's 3.6. The computer is only going to be 120, 0.1 kilowatt. That's not going to be that much. But it's the freezers, the fridges, the stoves. But you can use a wood stove or something.
The air conditioning.
Air conditioning is going to be big because that's 240, right? I think. So unless it's a plug-in one, and then maximum would be the same, So that would be 1836, 54, 5.4 kilowatt for all that stuff running at the same time, max, right? So it's going to be under that. But I mean, here's what I would consider, Brandon, and when you're doing your thing, like for heat, because it gets cold, right?
Yep.
For me, what I would probably try to do is get some kind of wind generator thing, because Kansas is windy, right? And
well, it depends on where you are. Like I'm down in a valley,
so it might not be so windy. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm planning on fucking doing wood gasification, and
Okay. Yep.
and running a fucking generator off of that.
Sure. Okay. Well, I was going to say, if you are in a windy area, what I would probably consider is just having well, you're not going to get any electricity anyway. Okay. But say if you did have wall power, you had the power coming in, I would take a couple of wind generators and have a separate circuit for electric heaters. And so the only thing I would run off of those wind generators in the winter would be the heat, right? So then you don't have to worry about fucking regulating it and all that other horse shit, right? You run it into a heater and it works. That's all you need. Now, if you don't have any wind, you might be fucked.
Yeah.
But if you're in a windy enough place,
the beautiful thing about wood gasification is it has excess heat. And I was another thing I was planning on doing was fucking capturing that heat and having radiant fucking flooring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's
another idea. Also a heat pump, the heat pump
Garbage.
kind of deal. Kind of expensive.
Garbage.
But, you don't like them, huh?
Okay,
hang on.
Where you are in the country.
I gotta mute. I'll be back.
If you're in a place that gets really fucking cold, heat pumps don't work, man. Don't fall for it. You get down to minus fucking 15, minus 20, and the heat pump can't fucking keep up.
Yeah, for if you get a shitty one like my parents had back in the 70s, it fucking kicks out at about fucking minus 10.
Yeah. I've heard that. It's a scam. The people that were the government guys that were all pushing heat pumps all have fucking stock in Lennox and Carrier and all the heat pump manufacturers. It was only to increase the values of their portfolios, man. That's all it was.
Yeah. Portfolio.
You know.
What
You know,
portfolio?
James.
I missed the conversation. Sorry.
That's okay. You didn't miss
We're
much.
talking about how the heat pump was actually a scam to enrich the bureaucrats.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I could see the concept. Yeah, but my understanding is that you don't get a lot of heat. But I don't know. Yeah.
It's like the electric car, man. You know, they want you all in electric cars, but they don't fill the need.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So.
But they'll tell you, oh yeah, we all need to be on electric by 2030. We don't have the charging fucking stations. We don't have,
Yep.
you know, they don't have the range. They don't have nothing, man.
Well, I mean, look at the size of the provinces in.
Goddamn Oklahoma. Fuck Oklahoma.
Fuck them. What happened?
They're bumpy ass fucking roads.
They're worse than Indiana?
It's all over my seat, all over my fucking floor. Yeah, it sucks.
Oh, I didn't think there's anything worse than Indiana.
Oh, fucking Highway 69 in Oklahoma and Highway 412 in parts of it anyways.
Yeah, there's some pretty rough roads in Illinois, too. A lot of ones. A lot of bad ones.
Yeah.
Would you spill your iced tea or whatever?
Coffee.
Yeah. So I was going to say anyway, Mr. Hemi, you look at the size of the provinces of Canada, it's not going to work. You know, if you're out driving in Manitoba, you might have to go 1,000 miles before you even get a gas, you know, whatever, right? It's crazy. So
it works in the big cities. I'll give them that. If you're a city commuter, I see a case use for electric.
Sure.
But
yeah, I mean, if you're only driving 100 miles a day or less, yeah, it's probably all right.
Is a farmer going to run his combine on electric?
No, he can't. He simply can't.
Fuck no.
No, there's not enough.
If they were actually serious about saving the environment and fucking not burning fossil fuels, they would put in a goddamn public transportation system that was comfortable, safe, and fucking met people's needs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, the problem is
that just band-aid it and fucking boondoggle it.
Oh, right, like this thing in California. You know, it's cool and all that, but if a flight is the same time frame, why would you take the train? There's no reason. Just get on the plane. Yeah, you're saving the environment, I suppose. But they're going to have, you know, we're already working on electric planes, right?
What?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yep. I can't tell you about it, but I'm very familiar with an electric thing that they're going to use. Battery-powered airplane.
Wow.
So
they have been working on that for a long time, and it will never replace fucking internal combustion or fucking jet propulsion.
Right.
Maybe for short shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I told you about the thing that I'm talking about. So it's only for short shit.
And when I was working at Beechcraft, it's all about thrust to weight.
Yeah.
Let's face it, you're in an airplane, it's about thrust to weight. And your energy density in a fucking gallon of fuel is 50 times higher than you can get in the best battery.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, it's gonna happen eventually, but not in our lifetime. It's not gonna happen. Although they are making really wonderful strides with electric shit, it's just not ready yet. Not quite.
Yeah. You're going to have fucking aero taxis, and they're going to be kind of a gimmick. And they'll be able to fly from point A to point B is it's longer than it's not fucking 25, 30 minutes away.
Oh, they already have that. It's one of the companies is Joby, Joby. They're doing it, I think, in New York. They have that. I'm not sure.
Well, they've got it in Dubai already.
They do. Okay.
Yeah, and they just licensed one company in fucking China, but it's a fucking gimmick.
It's definitely baby steps, right? It's not the end. That's just the beginning. But I mean, eventually they'll get there, right? It's going to be the next 100 years, sure, but we're not going to be here.
It's so fucking weak that they cannot have a pilot on board. You have to have your pilot remote because they can't afford to fucking lift him.
Yeah. There's challenges for sure. Yeah. So, yeah. But I mean, someday, just not tomorrow, right? It'll be somewhere in the future.
Yeah, it's right now at the point of development as fusion power. Ever since I was a little kid, fusion power was less than a decade away.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, the thing is, what the one of the holy grails of the battery is if you can get a room temperature superconductor. If they could find one of those, that's going to help. Yeah.
More efficient engine or motors, fucking supercapacitors.
Oh yeah. But the thing is with the superconductors, I think there's some material they're looking at that can be superconducting at a fairly low temperature.
Well, they've already got that.
A fairly moderate temperature. I mean, not low.
Okay.
Low ones are easy, but then you have to cool them with liquid nitrogen and all that other shit. But I just read about something that's, lithium something.
Yeah, liquid nitrogen is fucking warm compared to some of the ones I've fucking seen. I mean.
Right. But the superconductors they have now, that's what I think what they're doing with some of this quantum computing shit is they have superconductors to run their magnets because that's how they keep the ions or whatever the hell they're playing with, the qubits in place. So, and everybody's probably going, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Well, it's weird. Quantum mechanics, so you're familiar with that, Brandon.
Yeah, Seraphin and I love to talk about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the probability of what is the material they use? Is it a proton or what do they do? Protons, neutrons?
They're using electrons.
Electrons, okay. So they have entangled bits that they haven't figured out why, but if you make them a quantum pair, and then you separate them by whatever distance you want, they still respond to each other immediately. And so that's where they're looking at, well, maybe that speed of light thing, hey, maybe, you know what I'm saying? So I think the Chinese did an experiment on that, and that actually works. So
we have as well, and they've been able to even teleport.
Mm-hmm.
They can teleport fucking photons.
I think the Chinese were working on that. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, well.
I mean, there's a lot of shit we don't know about.
There's a lot of people working on that, actually.
Yeah. So the underlying particles that make up atoms, and not the electrons, but the quarks and all that other junk. The bosons and the whatevers, right?
Muons and gluons.
And fuons and phagtons and no, it's really interesting. The quantum entanglement is really kind of weird. Nobody really can explain that one yet. If you have two particles that are entangled, they respond to each other no matter how far apart they are. That's pretty cool.
Right, but when you observe them, they're destroyed. That's the beautiful part.
Yeah. It's the is it Heisenberg or who put that together?
Yeah, the uncertainty principle.
Yeah. If you observe it, then you can't. Yeah. But according to probability, it should be here, right? And that's what the qubit shit is. You can give it, instead of just a binary, you could give it trinary, quadra. You can give it a bunch of different stuff. So it can encode a bunch of stuff in one particle, spin, momentum, all that. So you can get many bits of information from one particle, and that's really where they're going with that. Where your normal computer is a transistor, it's either a 1 or a 0. So you got to have all the transistors for every single bit. And the qubits, you don't need that. You can have one particle and get a bunch of information out of one of them, which is, it's kind of cool, Hard to understand, but yeah. So I believe that they're using superconductors and special material to keep the qubits in whatever, right? This magnetic field where they do their thing. So I believe, because you have to have a really strong magnetic field. So, yeah. Well, I mean, just imagine, Brandon, if you will, just the last 200 years, what we've come up with. Pretty good, right? So imagine what the next 200 years will bring. Probably a lot of weird stuff.
Imagine you were born in fucking 1898, right?
Yep. And look at all the stuff you've seen in your lifetime.
You would have seen fucking telephones, radio, mass production of cars, flights,
X-rays, television. Television was actually invented in the 1800s. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, all kinds of shit, all the way up through computers. Yeah, and you started out fucking living on a farm with no electricity.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Looking at the south end of a northbound mule.
Yep. And when in your 70s, you watch people walk on the moon. Well, allegedly. Allegedly.
They did. But,
yeah.
No, they didn't.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Hemi.
They certainly did.
No, they did not.
Yes, I mean, the police did.
The police had a song called "Walking on the Moon," so they weren't lying, were they? Come on. But now you got rockets and shit, and it's amazing. But think about what we're going to think about us 500 years from now. They're probably going to go, God dang, those guys are primitive. They didn't even know that? Dude, my God, how did they survive? Right? Because look, even in our lifetimes, it's like, how did we survive with like a party line phone? And you couldn't walk around with your phone? You had to stay there? And then talk on the phone? Oh my God, right? Now you got a freaking supercomputer in your pocket. It's amazing. You remember those, what was it, a TI 80 something, the little red calculator, Brandon? Did you ever have one of those?
Yeah.
Where it was like it would spin and then give you the answer? The red TI something. I still have one here somewhere. But that was like, whoa, man. That was pretty high tech.
Do you remember having to fucking learn how to do reverse Polish notation?
Oh, yeah. 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 The TI 85, the one I used in school, that was positive notation. So you didn't have to go the reverse. Right. But the Casios and some of the other ones were reverse Polish. Yeah.
Yeah, all the early ones were fucking reverse Polish. And I'm like,
it was confusing.
When I was in fucking school, or the first time before I flunked out, I majored in heavy metal music the first time, and it didn't go too well.
I see.
But I had a great time though. but my grade suffered.
Mm.
But we were not allowed to use calculators in our math classes.
Right. That wasn't the case when I went to school. You could use calculators. They'd give you the formulas. That didn't matter because you had to write it all out and show your work anyway, so it doesn't matter. So it wasn't a matter of remembering the formulas. It was how are you going to apply this to this problem? I mean, except for stupid shit, V equals IR. I mean, you had to know that, right? And
Right.
I mean, you had to know what the integral of sine is. You can't get by without that, right? But yeah, some of those more complicated formulas, like you ever work with del, where you get the three-dimensional partial derivatives and all that? Del
Yeah.
dot
But
something.
I got a question for you, Hamster.
Yeah.
What is the integral of x?
The integral of x dx?
What is the integral of x?
X dx?
Log x, right?
No. Well, it depends. Okay, if we're integrating x with respect to dx, so it's a derivative with respect to x, then it's 1/2 x squared. That's the integral. If it's 1 over x, I believe that's a log something. I believe.
Okay.
Now, the integral of x with respect to t is x, because it's a constant. Ah, gotcha.
No, you didn't, actually. But
Could be xt. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, the integral of 1 over x is log x, right?
I think something like that, yeah.
Okay, well, what is the integral of 1 over cabin?
Log cabin.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. What is the integral of yeah, that's funny. Thank you. You are a funny guy. Funny guy. But yeah, no, I know what you're saying. Yeah, you were just making a joke. But yeah, like integral of x dt is going to be xt. I mean, it's fun. I liked it. But yeah. Uh-oh, Seraphim is here. Oh, now we're going to talk about quantum physics. Yeah.
That's kind of where Seraph and I left off last night.
Quantum physics, yeah. So, yeah. But yeah, we even, some people had calculators that could do integrals. It's like, why would you do that? You just need to know this stuff. Some of it, you know? You need to know the weird, like the log exponent stuff. What's the integral of e to the x dx is e to the x, right? Just it repeats. It's periodic and all that.
And last night I told Seraphim that his theory about the ether.
Yes, the ether.
It is the range line of physics.
The ridge line, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Indeed, sir. Well, ether was that was the proposition in the 1800s about how things get through space. It's the ether, right? How do radio waves propagate? Well, it's through the ether. Right? There's a physical material, and there isn't. It's empty. It's an empty vessel. It's a vessel. Yeah, all that stuff's fun though.
There's been some very smart people who have rejected Einsteinianism.
Really?
Yeah.
You mean general relativity and all that?
Yeah, I mean Tesla.
Yeah.
Well, Tesla was a different breed of cat. He was a really interesting guy. He invented just about everything that runs electrical, like a motor. He's the motor guy. He invented all that shit. And he had the wireless power thing he had going on. I mean, amazing man. Yeah, he didn't fuck around with DC. He went for AC. Yeah.
Right.
And there's that whole story with Thomas Edison wanted DC. That's what he wanted. And Tesla said, no, AC is better because of this and that. And Edison tried to kind of kibosh him. Actually, they got into a pretty big spat about that.
But it was mostly because Edison and fucking Westinghouse hated each other.
Yep, that's right. And Westinghouse, I believe, ran the big dam on the Niagara Falls, I believe.
Yeah, it was the big fight came for fucking giving electricity to the fucking World's Fair in Buffalo.
And that would have come out of the Niagara River there, probably.
Right.
Yeah.
And the proposed plan from fucking Edison was to fucking generate DC power, but you had to have all these booster stations between fucking the falls and...
Yep. Now, I know we probably have some electrical engineers here, but DC, you can't transform it. You have to chop it up before you can transform it. Where AC, you can transform it. You blast it up to 340,000 volts, and then the I squared R loss is less because the current is lower, blah, 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 right? So it's a much better system. So at the generator, they're generating some amount of voltage. They transform it up, send it long distance, and at the other end, yeah, there's loss, but they can still get, 70% of the power, 80%. But DC is continuous loss. There's nothing you can do with it, right? You're just hooking it to a big, long resistor. So then there's power factor and all that other happy shit. Oh, my God. You're familiar with that stuff, right, Brandon?
I've had fucking introduction to fucking electrical engineering. I'm not an electrical engineer.
Well, I know, but you're at least familiar with some of this stuff. Homefront Ford says, hello.
Hello. I had, the practical side of it, I fucking got, but the theoretical, I'm not too strong.
Well, we could do a little bit of physics this morning. Why not?
Why not?
Power factor is the imaginary, the J part of your current. And so if you have a purely resistive load, everybody's in phase, right?
For those of you who are not electrical engineers, J is I. But electrical engineers are odd, because I was already taken. They call it J.
Sure. So basically, it's the phase angle between the current and the voltage. So if it's a resistor, there's no change in phase angle because there's no reactive element in there. But you throw a capacitor in there, or an inductor, or a motor. That's right. You get a lagging, and it turns out that to do the magnitude of the current, you have to include the imaginary part, and it's higher, right? And so the higher the apparent current is, the more loss you get through your power wires. And so what you want to do is bring the power factor down to 0, if you can, so it looks resistive. And that way, the magnitude of the current is the magnitude of the current and not that extra power factor stuff. And so what they will do, I don't know if you know this, Brandon, you might know this already, like at a big factory, like where there's a lot of motors and shit and stuff like that, they'll actually put capacitor banks at the factory. And the capacitor and inductor, the phases will cancel, and the power factor then is 0.
Yep, they do that on airplanes too.
Yep, they do it everywhere. Sure, yeah, power factor correction, right? On an AC airplane, yeah.
There's all kinds of fucking electronic devices on an airplane, right?
Sure, right.
And another reason they do it is so that you reduce your fucking EMF signature to not interfere with your fucking EMI.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And most things are going to be inductive. So they're going to have to hang capacitors on there to get to cancel the phase. Yeah, it's pretty interesting stuff. So, but yeah, so there's our lesson for today.
Ding, 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 ding.
Dingy, dingy, dingy. But yeah, most everything is inductive. In your house, everything's inductive. And that's why on your air conditioner, they have a capacitor on there to start it, because it decreases the amount of current, right? It offsets the phase so that the motor can kick on and start, all that shit. It's great. Good stuff. Because, of course, they want to make them motors goddamn cheap as possible, don't they? So they put a starting capacitor on them. Yeah. So if your motor never starts on your air conditioning motor,
if I had a current,
probably
you know
the
what I'd
capacitor.
name him?
What would you name him?
Eddie.
Oh my God, you are on fire today, man. Now let's talk about eddy currents. Okay, no, I won't. But I mean, here's one fun fact that people might run into.
What fag?
Is it a fact? Bastard.
Oh, fact. Okay. Yeah,
if you look at
most in right now.
Sorry. That's okay. So you're hearing what you want to hear. Fag. Oh my God. So if you look at some piece of electronic equipment, you know, it's got a transformer in it, you'll see that the transformer is a bunch of metal plates sandwiched together for the core. Now, why do you suppose they do that, Brandon?
A bunch of metal plates sandwiched together with a core.
That's the core of the transformer. Why do you think they do that?
Well, I believe they're concentrating the magnetic lines of flux.
And they're also canceling the eddy currents. Oh, yeah. There you go.
That's kind of what I said, but yeah, it's the same thing.
Same difference, yeah.
Do you know why cast iron is so fucking wonderful?
Why is that, Brandon?
Well, it's such because it has almost zero fucking retentivity and almost zero fucking resistivity to magnetism. So.
Oh, right. It's very magnetic. Yeah, it's ferrite material. Right?
Yeah. Even though it really conducts magnetism well, in and of itself, it's almost like a magnetic superconductor. Almost.
Oh, that's why these these IR, is it IR or what are these stoves that just use magnetism and they heat the pots up? I believe.
Those would be induction.
Induction motor. Thank you. Induction ovens and all that. Who says, okay, hamster, I was thinking of getting an appliance from Japan, a commercial cooker. How would I rewire it back down to 120? Well, you'd have to see how it's done. There's probably a reason why they have it at 220. Of course, that's the standard in Japan, I believe, it's 220.
Yeah, most places it is.
220 at 50 hertz, I believe, is what they have in Japan. So I don't know. You'd have to figure something out, probably. One, would it even run on one? Because you're going to double the current, right? Yeah.
You can buy fucking adapters where you don't have to rewire shit, and they're cheap.
Yeah.
And that's what I would recommend. You just buy a fucking adapter off of fucking Alibaba or eBay or something like that.
Sure. So if it's 220 one phase, the problem is your 120, depending on what it's doing, right? You're going to need a lot more current than the 220. So I don't know what he's talking about. It could be, if it's two phase, I don't think it is. I think it's one phase. But if it's two phase, that's going to be a problem. You're going to have to do something else, probably. So, like your dryer, your oven, typically two phase, which is 240. So 120 each phase, and they're out of phase, and then you get phase things, and there's phases and shit. And shit.
I have electronics still from fucking Ukraine. And
Yeah.
they also ran fucking 220.
Yep.
And I
220,
have
50
like
hertz.
adapters. Yeah, I bought adapters for them when I got back to the
Right.
States. Like my laptop it runs off of fucking 220, but I got a fucking adapter and now it runs off of 110 just fine.
Yeah. Yeah, most of the computer stuff will run up. Well, I mean, the computer manufacturers don't want to have different shit, right? So they just make it work off of 220 no matter what, right? So it can work off any. Well, transformers don't care. They don't really give a shit. So essentially, your computer is, you plug it into the wall, it's transformed down to 5 volts or 10 volts or something.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. Yeah. They don't care. It's just the
But
phase.
the power
though.
supply has to be, it has to get what it needs, or else it doesn't work.
Correct. Right. But the only problem there would be is if you got 2 phase compared to 1 phase, then that might be a thing. But like, you can't just plug your dryer into 110. It won't work. Right.
No.
Just not enough current and not enough voltage to run the damn thing. So, ooh, a copper. Look at that. They're on your tail, Brandon.
A cop?
That's a cop in front of you there, I think. Oh, this,
no.
Isn't it? Looked like it.
No.
I thought I saw white doors on that truck. But.
Oh, it does have some shit, but it's not a cop. It's fucking. It says Blueberry on the side of it.
Oh, okay. Some company then, probably. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, that would be a consideration for your setup as well. Do you want to generate 220, 2-phase, right?
Well, yeah, because I have to run a welder sometimes.
Mm-hmm. And since the current is going to be cut in half, right, you're going to have less loss, all that. I squared R, baby. I squared R.
How I was planning on overcoming that was having a separate 220 that I would only use intermittently.
Yeah, you could just get a chopper or something. It'll drive it up to 220 or, yeah, sure.
I wouldn't even, wouldn't even fucking bother trying to fucking intermingle the two.
Sure. Yeah, have some kind of an adapter to run the welder. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
As long as you can source enough current, you should be fine.
Yeah, and that just all, again, depends on the size of your battery bank.
Yep.
Okay, you think about, as like pressure in a fucking hose. If you've got a fucking water hose and you take it up so that the top of the hose is 30 feet above you, you're going to basically double the 33 feet. You're going to basically double the amount of pressure in your line.
Right.
But you're only going to have the amount of water that's in the hose, which is
that could
small.
come out of the hose. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But,
yeah.
But if you fucking have a big giant water tank up 30 feet above you, you have double fucking pressure than what you'd normally have coming out, and you've got all that fucking volume.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
That's what your batteries do. They're the fucking giant water tank.
That's right. Yeah, but the problem is you have to also run them. If you're going to run AC, you got to run it through a chopper.
Yeah.
So that's more electronics you got to deal with.
Yeah, you can buy a fucking inverter, no problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what an inverter chopper, same thing. Yeah. Basically, you chop it and then transform it up to 110 or whatever you need. Yeah. Yep. So the batteries, I don't know how. I mean, they're because a lot of things are running off of certain voltages nowadays. 48 is one. 12, 24, 48. Kind of the common stuff.
what I've done in the system in my truck that I use to supplement my fucking truck is every time the truck restarts, it's got this what they call smart idle, where it doesn't let itself get fucking out of juice. Every time it restarts the truck, it cuts all. It also has its own built-in inverter in the truck, and it cuts all the fucking power to that. Imagine you're sleeping away at night, and your CPAP machine is plugged into the fucking truck power.
Mm-hmm.
Well, every time it restarts the fucking engine to charge your battery up, it cuts the fucking power to your CPAP.
Right.
So you're in the middle of the night trying to fucking breathe because all of a sudden you've got no fucking air coming in.
Right.
And I tried to explain that to the morons that run my company, and they didn't fucking give a fuck. So I said, okay, fuck it. And I got myself my very own battery, and I trickle charged that off of their AC system in the truck. And so all day long I'm charging the battery up, and then at night I use it to power my fucking CPAP machine, and I have no power interruptions because my trickle charger doesn't give a fuck if the power goes off, the power comes back on. I'm running my electricity off of the battery that I'm not supposed to have in the truck because it's supposed to be some type of fucking safety concern. It's like, fuck you. I've already got 4 batteries in the truck. What's fucking adding one more going to do? Eat my dick.
Eat a bag of dicks. Yeah, I mean, that certainly would work, right? Because if the power sourcing the charger goes away, it just doesn't do anything. It just shuts off.
Yeah.
Right.
And then when the power comes back, the charger comes back on.
Yep. Yeah, that should work, and it does. So. Yeah. I had a guy, a friend of mine, long time ago. He had like a 1948 International pickup or something, and I think it was run on positive ground or something on that thing. And so they had weird stuff back in the 40s, and so he had to run an inverter to bring it up to positive 12 or so, or it was 6, and he had to bring it to 12. I don't remember what it was. That was a cool truck. It had the rounded cab and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It was neat. Pretty neat.
Beautiful piece of machinery.
Oh, yeah. Those are fun.
Okay, this asshole's not going to let me pass, but he's not going to fucking speed up enough that I could get back behind him and not have to slow down. I hate
He's just being
like
a dick. Yeah.
Some people have and then he's finally realized that he has to drive faster than he wants to keep me from fucking going by him. So he said, fuck it. You go by.
Go ahead. Yeah. Yeah, I was obviously driving all over Florida last week, and I mean, it's fine. People are just stupid. Nothing really different from anywhere else. Just
no.
People just, yeah. As long as I can get to the Publix and get my bread and sandwich meat, I'm good.
And beer.
Well, I already got a case of beer in the fridge, so when I get there on Sunday, oh yeah, you know it. I'm ready.
That's thinking ahead, hamster.
Well, I was, yeah, and I got some iced tea as well. So drink the iced tea during the day because you can't drink the fucking water there. It's just, it's awful, really bad. It's all limestoney and it's got all the yuck. So I drink the iced tea.
Yeah, I just passed you. Now you got to pass me and put on your brakes. You fucking old cunt.
How do you know it's a cunt? Did you see her?
Because I looked in the window as I passed her.
Mm-hmm. Fucking Karen. Yeah.
No, she's fucking 70 something, right? But she's still a cunt.
Chick, yeah. Okay. You evil man, you.
Because she fucking passes me and slows down.
I know. I'm with you. I hear you. Well, it's like when people come up on you, if you're not going fast enough for them, they get all pissed and get right up in your ass. It's like, dude, there's 3 other fucking lanes. Go in one of those. What are you doing? You know what I mean? No, there's at least another lane on an interstate. Go to that lane, for fuck's sake. God almighty. People are strange when you're a stranger. People seem funny. Blah, 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 blah. So anyway, Brandon, let me share this observation with you. Do you have time for an observation?
I have time for an observation, or 10.
So I was at the airport in St. Louis and in Orlando.
Uh-huh.
You know what I didn't see?
Porcupines playing with fucking balloons.
Good guess. Yeah, good guess. I didn't see a lot of these hoochie coo women that you see on like Fresh and Fit and all that.
Uh-huh.
There just wasn't. They weren't there. They were just normal people, right?
Well, they're all down in
Miami. Yeah,
Miami. Yeah.
yeah. So a lot of these hoochie coo chicks that are going on whatever podcast, Fresh. Where do they come from?
Oh, and
welcome
to Arkansas, motherfuckers.
Arkansas. We like Kansas, so we named us Arkansas because they're better. Got better letters. Oh. We start with an A. People look us up in the dictionary. Oh my God. What's it? Well, I'm sorry.
Shouldn't it be Ourkansas?
Arkansas? Yeah.
Or our Kansas.
Yeah. So I mean, that was kind of an observation. Plus, there are a lot of fat people.
Yes,
there
is.
There are a lot of fat people.
I am one, yeah.
I am one as well. But yeah, there's a lot of, but I mean, sat in the airport for a few hours actually. And there were no, crazy low class people, breaking shit. There's nothing. It's just normal people. So I guess what I'm saying is that maybe the stuff we see online isn't real reality. It's sort of made up a little bit.
Well, Hamster,
yeah,
I got to see a little bit of something yesterday as I was driving from one Walmart store to the other in Tulsa.
Yeah.
And I got to see one woman chasing another woman with a fucking knife. So
at the Walmart?
No, between the Walmarts on Riverside Avenue in Tulsa.
Damn. Like with a real knife.
With a real knife, a big one.
Like a kitchen knife or something. Shit. Well, that's a little bit different.
So, just because you didn't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. But, how widespread is it? That's the real question.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've been doing the drunk videos. You've watched some of them.
Yeah.
That's not normal.
No.
Most people who get picked up, they're not freaking out and flipping and doing the burrito. That's not true, right? Most people are like, yeah, I fucked up, right? Put me in handcuffs. I get it. But I mean, that's what makes the excitement on the YouTube. It's exciting to see these drunk people just being stupid. Gets clicks, right?
Yeah.
I'm still thinking most people are just not that fucked up yet. Most people, average people, are not that fucked up yet. Which gives me a little bit of hope, actually. Because I was, again, Orlando. I was expecting to see all these, Lululemons and hoochie coos everywhere. All that kind of shit. Didn't see it. I was looking for it too. I'm like, okay, I got to see how many of these.
Did you see Tony?
Chick. Did I see who?
Tony.
Tony.
Yeah.
I don't know who Tony is.
You would have probably seen him about sunrise.
Sunrise.
Tony the Tiger.
No, Tony, Orlando, and Don.
Oh, God. Knock 3 times on the Hemi if you want me. Toke 3 times on the bowl if you want some Hemi. Actually, Tony, Orlando, and Don, they were pretty good. And I guess they hated each other, too, by the way. They fucking hated each other. So, there you go.
Yeah. Familiarity breeds contempt.
And then Tony Orlando went on to be just a big producer, record producer. So, yeah. Knock 3 times on the donkey if you want me. So, yeah. No, I didn't see Orlando. I didn't see it. But, I mean, if you go downtown or go over to Celebration Avenue or whatever the fuck it is, I'm sure you'd find something. Probably.
A little something.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, very few hoochie coos. I mean, there were a couple plastic Barbies, you know, but nothing really crazy. So.
Rock and roll, hoochie coo.
Boom, boom.
Rock and roll, hoochie coo.
Cool. Yeah. And in St. Louis, same. I mean, you just a lot of people, but not a lot of that kind of shit. So
You just don't go to the right neighborhoods, hamster.
I guess so. Yeah. Well, I mean, I went to the Walmart in where the hell was it? Somewhere in Florida, and there wasn't any knife fights going on. So
There wasn't a knife fight at the Walmart. It was like
I know.
in the ghetto between the Walmarts.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's it's the thug ghetto shit. That's just low class people. I don't care what color they are. They're low class trash. I mean, you just don't. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've done some of these drunk videos. You see these women and men just going absolutely fucking ape shit over a fucking order of fries or something. It's like, what? Who acts like that? That's just low class. That's just garbage. What are you doing?
We're going berserk at the fucking airport because their flight got canceled.
Or whatever. Yeah.
Happens.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I was on the airplane. You want to hear a quick story? And I
have time.
I had my vape in my pocket. And of course, you can't hit the vape in the plane. I wasn't doing that. But absentmindedly, after a long fucking week in Florida, I noticed that the thing was leaking, right? It was leaking all over my shirt or whatever. And so what I do at home is if it leaks, I kind of blow into the thing and then puff on it, right? And so absentmindedly, I'm sitting there in the chair and I pull out the thing and it's leaking. And so I blow and puff. So I get a little smoke, right? So the waitress is there, or the stewardess is there, the flight attendant. She goes, "You can't do that." I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. You know, I absentmindedly, I'm sorry about that." And so, okay. And so then one of the police guys comes in to the plane. And he's like, "Excuse me, are you the guy that was puffing on the thing?" I said, "Yeah, well, here's what happened." And he goes, "Well, okay, that's true, maybe, but blah, 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 right?" And so if you fucking do that again, we're gonna blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. I mean, I didn't flip out and try to, break the plane. I mean, come on, it happens, So don't vape on the plane, guys. Even if you fuck up a little bit, don't do it. Because I guess Karen, the stewardess, I don't know.
And they have really taken the fucking flight crew instruction thing over the fucking top.
Well, I mean, legally they are the law in the air, right? So, but I mean, I've never had any problems with flight
I've never
attendants
had
or
any
anything.
problems either, but I see them doing shit like the ones that I really fucking hate when I see it happening is them booting people out so they can move their fucking airline employees from one point to another.
Right, deadhead or whatever it's called. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that pisses me
That's
off.
not good. Yeah.
And you remember that fucking Chinese dentist or something like that?
Yeah.
And they kicked him off the plane. He didn't want to leave. The
Yep.
cops fucking knocked his ass out and
Yep.
drug him out of the airplane when he was a paying passenger, just so some bitch could fucking fly down to see her mother or something.
Or something. Yeah. Yeah. Understood. No, I get it. Yeah, I remember that. I mean, normally they're okay. They'll ask for volunteers, but yeah, if it gets to the point where they have to get somebody off the plane, they're not going to be happy, right? I've been on planes where they're like, we'll give you a $500 credit and give you a free flight if you get off the plane, right?
Yeah,
I can do that, sure.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? But if you're really in a hurry to get home, like this doctor was, he had to go treat a patient, I believe, if I recall. And he's like, I don't want to deal with this bullshit. I want to go home. Right? Who doesn't? So.
And my question is, why can't they sit in the jump seats?
I don't know. I suppose they have flight attendants that are attending on the flight that have to be in those seats. There's probably some federal regulations or something, I would guess.
Oh, there's jump seats all over fucking airplanes. It depends on your model, where they're at, and how many there are and everything. But they never have, they've got them in the cockpit, they've got them in the fucking forward, and they've got them usually at the back. Wherever the fucking stewardess stations are, they've always got jump seats around there.
Well, I can tell you this. This was the Southwest. So it's always 737s, right? And both of the jump seats in the front by the cockpit were occupied during takeoff and landing. And so I assume in the back they were also occupied. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Not sure. I'm sure there's a reason, right? It's probably not just by accident. But I mean, I've never had any trouble. I get it. They had their thing and whatever. Okay.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody freak out. I've seen people pass out.
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody freak out.
I was on a flight from Seattle back to Denver, right? And it was 6 a.m. start time. It's like, fuck. And this guy sitting next to me, this was first class. I got bumped to first class. So it was kind of nice. This guy sitting next to me starts pounding fucking tequilas at 6 a.m, right? Because they're free. This guy probably pounded between Seattle and Denver is about 4 hours, maybe 3. He had to have about 8 of those. And I'm like, dude.
I'm surprised they didn't cut him off.
I'm surprised he could even freaking walk. Jesus. And he was doing some coding too. And I'm like, okay, are you working or what's going on here? And well, whatever. Then there was the other chick that this was at Denver. So I was going to Florida or something. So we're at DIA and this woman, I arrived back in Denver. No, I was taken off from Denver. Anyway, this woman had been drinking, right? And she had the high heels on and all that stuff. So I'm guessing that she probably came from a lower elevation and she got caught up with a higher elevation, which you get really fucked up if you drink at a higher elevation if you're not used to it. This chick couldn't even walk, right? And she was dropping her shit all over everything. And oh my God. we kind of got her onto the train because there's a train thing in Denver. And Jesus, she was messed up. That's what high altitude does to you.
Yeah, the worst one I ever saw was it was on the way home from fucking getting out of the Navy. And I was fucking. There was this hot chick, and this is in L.A. Right? So big fucking knockers, just really a good-looking woman. And she's sitting in the seat next to me, and she gets on the plane. I said hi, trying to fucking hit on her, and she didn't really respond. She puts a fucking blanket on and goes to sleep. And we get ready to land, and it turns out she didn't have her fucking seatbelt buckled, and she had taken something. And she was completely passed out. And I had the first row of coach, right? And there's like this partition in front of me. Mm-hmm. And when we landed and they put on the fucking air brakes and did the braking for slowing down, she fucking flies forward and just plasters this guy, this partition. And I mean, hit it hard. And she didn't wake up.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. And we had to wait for the fucking EMS to come on board to deplane, because, you know, obviously they've got this unresponsive person.
Sure, yeah.
Who just, you know, had fucking trauma against the wall. And it turns out she was just fucking high as a kite.
Ah, okay. Yeah. I sat next to this hippie chick once.
Did you cop a feel?
Did you cop a feel? Yeah, you bastard.
No, but I did get to see her titties because she didn't fucking... They fucking popped out when she fucking did the fucking gymnastics into a fucking... Did I put them back? No, I did not. I called the stewardess and said... I was like, are you all right? Are you all right? And she's just laying there. Fuck it.
I don't think I've ever run into anyone passed out on an airplane, but I'm sure it happens. I just don't like drinking. I think I've told you that. I just,
yeah.
You know, not on an airplane. I just don't do it. Just absolutely will not. Because number one, you have to piss. Number two, I just don't want to be fucked up on an airplane. I'm sorry, you know. But I suppose, you know, some people who are traveling, you know, who knows, family vacation, maybe they're away from their wife, you know, they want to drink some beers. Okay, I get it.
Yeah. Or they're with their wife.
Yeah, that's why they want to drink. Oh, Brandon. How dare you.
My sister-in-law is a fucking complete alcoholic. And it doesn't matter what the occasion is, she will get fucked up.
Even like at the airport?
Yeah. Fucking, she got, you know, regularly gets fucked up at fucking family gatherings.
Well, I mean, I might understand a, you know, July 4th picnic or something, but the fucking airport, I can't imagine it. Yeah. No. I wouldn't want to do that ever.
Yeah. But she's really a happy drunk. Giggling and laughing and carrying on.
Oh, that's good. But still, at the airport, nah. I sat next to this couple on the way down there, and they were going to Disney World. They were adults, like in their probably 40s, and they're like, we just want to go to Disney World. I was like, oh, okay, sure, yeah, why not? And they were drinking. So that's like, yeah, we're on vacation. It's like, all right, get it. But I mean, they were both imbibing, so they were both kind of getting on the same area. But still, when you land, you got to get a car. I'm not going to fucking drive drunk. Fuck that, right? Not even
Yeah,
with a hint. No.
Get a fucking shuttle to the hotel. Most hotels have them.
Oh, yeah, yeah. If you get like Universal Studios or something, yeah, you can get a shuttle, sure. But if you're not doing that and you got to get a car, you don't want to be fucking lit when you get the rental car. Come on. That's crazy. Get to your destination, go to your hotel room, and then have some drinks. Whatever. But not. That's just me, though, I guess. I'm kind of weird that way, I guess, Brandon. You know what I mean? Oh, my God.
Yeah. Well, you're weird a lot of ways, but that's just one of them.
Excuse me. What was that?
I said you're weird a lot of ways, but that's just one of them.
Oh, you're breaking up, Brandon. I didn't quite hear you, but I'm sure it was complimentary, whatever you said.
Oh, yeah, very complimentary.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Very complimentary.
All right. I got to run. I got to call some lawyers. I'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Have a safe trip. See you.
Hello, Char.
Yo, Brandon, what's up? Where are you
Oh,
going
just
today?
driving along. What's up with you?
Just finished shopping for groceries. Now I'm chilling out.
Say that again?
Just finished shopping for groceries. Now I'm chilling out.
Ah, excellent. Anything on your mind today?
No.
Good. I was afraid every time you come on, it's always like, this guy's fucking around, you need to ban him, or something like that.
Just missed hamster, huh?
Yeah.
He's flying back to Florida.
Yep. They're going to close on his father's estate. All that fun stuff.
Shit.
And I am almost to the end of my drive, so I'm going to be stopping and then starting another stream here when I get my next load.
How's
But
Sam doing?
that's about a half hour from now. Sam is sleeping, as usual.
Snake's still alive?
Yeah, Snake is. Sam is very good with his toys. He's not a destructive dog. It's funny when I go to a hotel, he doesn't see me put fucking Snake into my overnight bag, he goes crazy. It's like, motherfucker, you packed all your shit. Pack mine. I got one fucking thing. Like coming up on, I guess I'm going to be off Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Probably going back to work on Saturday. And I'm going to be renting a hotel room for that.
So you're going on vacation?
Yeah, I'm getting a fucking colonoscopy. But
Shit.
yeah. But on the 26th, Abe is also getting a scope. He's going to get one up his pee-pee for his kidney stone.
Gay?
Oh, you ever had a kidney stone?
No.
You
Hurts
don't
like a
want one.
motherfucker.
Yeah. My second wife had one, and she said it was worse than childbirth.
Shit.
It's got to be bad if you're willing to have somebody shove a fucking tube up your cock.
Boo. Don't want to think about that shit, man.
Me neither.
So Jared the Warhorse started his channel.
Yep.
I'm pushing
I
this
saw-
shit on Discord.
Yeah. I saw that you put up the very respectful Jerry the Warhorse picture, whereas I put up the Jerry.
Yours was fucking Saunders shit, man.
Well, that's Jerry the Whore Horse. But, He's a great guy. He came to the MGTOW meetup.
Yeah, I saw him.
We had two guys there that nobody had ever met before, so that's the whole purpose of the meetup is to meet new people, right?
The other one is S2.
Yeah. Dallas was the other guy's name.
Yeah, he's going to S2 on Discord.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I got him on Shinobi's.
Yeah, he's a good kid. Seemed to have his head together.
Yeah, man. Where's Moist Claw? Still sleeping?
Must be. He doesn't get up until about fucking 11. No, I guess it's fucking almost noon, so he should be awake. So the standard answer for somebody who's not here probably applies is he's fapping.
Fapping a tool shit.
Yep, that's where Hemi is right now. He heard a little too much hamster and had to take care of business.
Yeah, Outlaw's gonna feed Garlock too. It's a lot of work. Have you played the game today?
Oh, sure. You want to play?
I know what you have. Hey, I had to come in here and say hi, Char. Yeah. Good to see you. I just love to hear your voice, and I love the language. It's great.
It's not queer. It's not gay. What the fuck's in my rear today? It's not gay. It's not queer. Who's going to guess what's in my rear?
Boom.
All right.
Char, you better go first because I already know what the answer is. So give it a shot.
That's fucked up, man.
I know, right?
It's
some poopy.
If you already know.
Well, we were talking earlier, so.
Shit.
Can we give Sharzanobble a clue, Brandon?
Yes. It's like outer space, but with air.
Is it made out of plastic?
No, it's made out of air. Made out of air.
It's made out of air. Is it O2 bottles?
Nope, it's just air.
Hamsters, your turn.
It's
my turn?
Yeah.
Oh, but you already gave it away. Brandon, what are you doing? Come on now.
I told you I'm an asshole.
It is your game. I suppose you could do that, yeah.
Okay.
Bastard.
Well, what is it, hamster?
Right. You already gave it away. What do I got to say the words? You are running empty. You got nothing.
Yeah.
Empty load.
So you're not gay?
Oh, he's still gay. I mean, there's no question about that. But he drives a Ridgeline.
That's I don't drive a Ridgeline. Thank you very much.
I thought only Abe drives a Ridgeline.
Well, you should drive a Ridgeline, Brandon, because it would fit your personality and your proclivities with your penis. Sick fuck. All right, I just wanted to jump in and say hello to Shar and have a wonderful evening. I guess it's what, about 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock?
7
PM?
o'clock.
Yeah.
7
Okay. Well, auf Wiedersehen and have some Kartoffeln.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Salad. Yeah. See you later. Take care.
Yeah, sir.
What do you call German mac and cheese? Is it like Kaiserstrudel or something like that?
No, it's Macaroni und Käse. Kaiserschmarrn is something else. It's sweet. It's a sweet dish. And it's Austrian.
Okay. They had some nice paintings in Austria. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you know of any famous Austrian painters?
Yeah, no one. My cousin is moving to Linz. That's the birthplace of Hitler. He's a chemical engineer. He's gonna work on the university there. So when are you gonna get tacos again?
Oh, I don't know. If I can find a good place, I'll get them.
Where are you driving right now?
I'm in Arkansas. There's not a lot of good tacos around here. This is barbecue country.
Yeah.
Second, one of the reasons I like Arkansas is they have a pig as the state fucking mascot.
You gotta look it up.
Arkansas Razorback. That's what they call them. Razorback pigs. Razorback hogs.
Does it look wild?
Looks angry.
Yeah. So shit. Do you know any MGTOWs from Arkansas?
No. I'm sure there are some, but I just don't know them. I think that Jeffrey Paul lives in Arkansas, but he doesn't answer my texts. Even though I asked Hammer if he could put me in touch with him and he'd give me the guy's number. The guy, he never fucking answers my texts. So. Fuck him. But I can understand also that somebody doesn't want to, you know, meet new people, especially if you're, you know, somebody who has to deal with the public all the time. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Hello. I am empty. Six, 2, 3. Yep. Know where King's at? Yes, sir. Be back here, Howard. Thank you. Have a good day. Eating some Mucinex.
Tortillas. Well, Singletown wanted to meet up with me. He's going on vacation to Italy in the summer, but he's driving to Bavaria, but on the northern end, so.
Yeah, he seems like a decent fella.
Yeah.
Like, how long would it take for you to get to Geneva?
I think 6 hours at least.
Yeah. Because I'm thinking about taking a fucking vacation. And I'm wondering where a good central place to meet up would be. Is the people that I communicate with, we've got one guy in the Netherlands, we got another guy in Denmark, we got another guy in Switzerland,
Yeah.
and then you're in Bavaria. One thing I wanted to see, but I never got a chance to go and look at it. You know those big fucking waterfalls on the Rhine?
Yeah.
I kind of think that would be sort of cool to go, you know, and it's about the midpoint for everybody. I don't know. What do you think? What would be a good fucking city that's got something to do and wouldn't be that far for just about anybody?
No, it should be the ones in Denmark and others in Switzerland and in Germany. Maybe Austria would a good place.
Yeah, we could
Vienna,
recreate. See,
maybe.
we could recreate the uh, doe a deer scene out of The Sound of Music. Doe a deer, a female deer, far a long, long way to run. Me a name I call myself. Do re mi fa sol la. I don't know, fucking remember that song. Anyways, I'll be right back. I gotta unhook.
Yeah. I'm gonna jump off later, Brandon.
All right, bye.
See ya.
Oh, actually, we can just fucking sign off right. He left already. What do you expect from an anime character? No marriage, no cohabitation, and no new children. No, 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 no. And Hemi would tell you, he would say, don't bring your fucking girlfriends around here, eh? Now, you also have to help each other out because you're brothers. Yes, I have an empty trailer. Empty, with nothing in it. Empty as my head. All right, so be good to each other. And, you know, the golden age of MGTOW is ahead of us. And MGTOW is for normal men. Bye, I'll be catching you on the road later. Rafter, who? Seraphin. Who else is here? Rusty. Probably Grinch. And Hometown Forge. Ian Blades. And the indomitable fucking ginger hamster. So, peace out, brothers, and I'll catch you on the road in a few hours when they give me another job. Bye-bye.